Welcome, guys. Welcome, everybody. Please come in, like the video, share the video if you can, please. Welcome, guys. Please come in, like the video, share the video as you come in, please. Please come in, like the video and share, guys, if you can, please. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please like the video as you come in, guys. Like and share if you can, please. Auntie Rosemary, welcome, Auntie. Welcome, welcome. Just get some juice. I'm thirsty. Welcome, Auntie. Please like the video as you come in, guys, please. One hour quick show, guys. Please come in, like the video, share the video if you can, please. Welcome, guys. Welcome, everybody. I'm just going to start the video because I've got to rush off. So it's going to be an hour maximum, I think. Let's see. Is it better with or without? With. So welcome, everybody. Welcome to Bella Fountain TV. I'm Bella, your host. I'm just going to share the video on Facebook and share to some few people just so they know we are live. F God, welcome, beautiful sis. I see you. Thanks for coming. What's that noise? Please like and share. Welcome, 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 everybody. Please like the video and share the video. Chicken Dan, greetings, darling sis. Thank you for coming. Please share as you come in. Right. I think that's it. I'm gonna post that now. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for coming. It's going to be a quick video, an hour. People can come and watch later when they get the chance. All right, sis. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So welcome, everybody. Welcome to Bella Fountain TV. I'm Bella, your host. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for liking the content. Thank you so much for actually stopping and clicking and watching. Please remember to turn on your notification bell so whenever I upload a video or go live, you will not miss a thing. I think I need one more button up, I suppose. Right, perfect. So, and for my returning subscribers, thank you all so very much. You guys know I appreciate you always. Thank you for the love, for the concern, constructive feedback, and thank you for always being there to support and, you know, encourage your girl to keep going. So I really appreciate you, and I don't take your support for granted. Today we're just gonna have a quick show. As you see, I'm not in my very cheerful mood as I would normally be, for, you know, reasons that most people probably understand, given the nature of my thumbnail. It's not a show where I'm feeling very excited, as I would normally be, because it's really, it's a sad show. Hence my demeanor throughout this program. Probably you're gonna see, for somebody who's watching me for the first time, this is not my usual self. I'm very bubbly, very, you know, extrovertic, but today I'm just very mellow because I'm in a somber mood. Before we get into today's topic, which is about the baby whose life was cut short by his mother, or his mom, in Cameroon, Likumba, Southwest region to be precise. Gold. To be precise, I want us to talk. Actually, before we do that, I just want us to take a minute of silence for this little baby before we start the show, please. Just a minute of silence. Right, may his soul and the soul of all the faithful departed, especially all the younger ones who have left us untimely, rest in perfect peace. Amen. Miss J, the honest one, welcome, darling. So Papi King, welcome, welcome, guys. Like I said before you joined us, I'm not in my very bubbly self, as you guys know. The topic I'm talking today, or discussing, we're going to be discussing today, is literally zapped every energy out of me. Literally zapped everything in me. I'm just doing this show because I have to do this show and just add my voice to the whole thing that's happening. Before we get into the show, I wanted to talk about, just perhaps we just go straight to it, to be honest with you. Let's just get into today's topic. I wanted to do a side subject matter, but we go straight into this topic because we haven't got much time. So as you see on the thumbnail, there's a picture of a baby boy and there's a picture of a young lady. The young lady is the baby's mom, and that baby, as we speak, is of late. The baby, as we speak, is of late. And for anybody who is not aware of the story, so this happened in Cameroon, and in the Southwest region, Likumba, Tiko, I think it's somewhere around Tiko, an area in Tiko. This young lady, young mother, single mother, has a 6-month-old boy, and from what we gather on social media, in, you know, the vlogs and the blogs, is that this young girl actually left the baby at home. The baby was not well, but she had to go out clubbing and doing hookups. For people who don't know what a hookup is people who literally go and hang out with men for financial gains. And so this lady on this fateful night, wanted to go out for her usual hookup business. The baby was unwell, yet she decided to go ahead with her hookup plans. And in order to, pacify her activities, she had to give the baby, or allegedly administer the baby tramadol. And for people who know what tramadol is, a very strong tablet. It's a strong pill. Most countries have actually banned tramadol. For anyone who has heard about this medication, most countries have banned this. And she administered this baby tramadol. Unfortunately, the whole plan was for this baby to sleep throughout the night, so nobody will probably be aware that the baby was at home unattended while she was away enjoying herself or partying away. Unfortunately, this baby could not withstand the medication that was administered to him and sadly passed away. Whew. Wow. Now, for any mother, I don't know how, I'm sure some mothers are here, spot picking, especially you, sis. Nana Chocolate, welcome, beautiful sis. Sorry, I can't give you your usual warm welcome and twirl and dance for you because your Bella is not in the best of moods. The Eastgate TV, welcome, sis. Your Bella is not in the best of mood because the story I'm vlogging today, literally, I'm drained. Energy wise, I am drained, but I have to talk about it. So please, as you come in, like the video. So this baby sadly passed away. For any mother or anyone who loves children, in general, mother or father, reading this story or even watching the videos would break you into pieces. I was literally bawling my eyes out just watching the video circulating on Facebook. It's like it was traumatizing for me, so traumatizing just to see that image. That's why I've decided not to show any of the pictures here or the videos here. You can see it on the thumbnail, but I don't want to show like a live video of that nature, if you know what I mean. It's really heartbreaking that a young baby, so handsome, so cute, would go in that manner, and all due to negligence. All due to negligence. We talk every time about teenage pregnancies. Grace William, welcome, my beautiful sis. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry guys, for those of you who know me, please, I'm not in my Bella bubbly mood because of the situation we are having at hand here. We're discussing. Let me read what Eastgate TV is saying. I pray community show tolerance on that girl. Besides the tramadol, there are so many contributing factors to the situation. Of course there are. And that's why we do shows like this, so we can all learn from it on every angle, every aspect. We have to look on, every aspect, every angle, how this could have been prevented, okay? Every aspect. There's so many contributing factors. We cannot take that off the table. So we talk about teenage pregnancies. We talk about unwanted pregnancies. So many times we've mentioned that. And this is a typical example of unplanned pregnancy gone wrong. Okay, this is a typical example. Not saying that some people who plan pregnancies don't, go ahead and have like, unforeseen circumstances or misbehave when it comes to raising their kids, because we hear about family members, parents who go ahead to take the life of their own kids, married couple, a couple. Mama, welcome, sis. I see you. Thank you so much for coming. It's very traumatizing. Yeah, it is traumatizing. And see, I'm talking, I'm still having like chills, shivering. Babies are a blessing. Kids, children are a blessing to anybody, to everyone, any family. It is a blessing. But it's important that we understand that it's one thing to bear a child, and it's another thing to raise that child. And this is something that a lot of these young girls and young boys are not aware of. It's very easy to bring forth a child. Now, the tricky part is to raise that child. To bring forth life takes a whole lot out of you. Literally, it boils down to sacrifice. When you decide to bring a life to this planet Earth, you have to be physically and psychologically prepared. You have to be financially and socially prepared to look after this little bundle of joy. I shared my story a while ago about my little niece who got pregnant, and she, you know, I was furious. I was furious because it's very unusual for us, the way we're raised. You understand that you have to, you know, behave, you have to go to school, you have to get a job, and then you have to, you know, be independent, and then you can have a man or a wife, and then you can have a family together. And for me, that was a big shock. That was a big shock for me to see my niece come home with unwanted pregnancy. And for anybody who grows in a home where you have those principles set from the get-go, you will understand what I mean by that. Because we know, our parents know the responsibility that it entails to raise a kid. So they want to make sure that you're actually prepared for these challenges that are ahead when it comes to raising a child. But unfortunately, some of these kids do not understand that. Some of them do not understand that. I just want to read this post. I could not independently verify how true this post was when it comes to the circumstances surrounding this lady's this baby's demise. There's I got this on Bella Powers. There's this WhatsApp message that somebody apparently, you know, forwarded to Bella and my namesake, and I'm going to read that. And that's the WhatsApp there. Okay. Come on. Now my WhatsApp is going to give me trouble. Oh, there we go. My messenger. I'm very conscious of time because I've got to pick the baby up. Right, so they say this girl is in broken English. They say this girl na masmosis a friend. The issue na say this girl carry belle, then mommy drive he for house. Come on, what's this happening to my messenger, for goodness sake? Mommy drive he for house, then he go the stay with the boy family till he born and na true operation. The family for the boy no be fit for the girl and the pikin for that reason the girl comot he for the house, go rent a 1-room caraboat, which is like a wooden house, you know, caraboat for people who are in the southwest, or you know, in Cameroon, you know what that is, for a house built out of timber, basically. The girl loved that pikin, so they go past every blessed day it post that pikin for status. Due to hardship, the girl start to do hookup for fit the pikin, and whenever he wants come out, he keep the pikin for neighbor. But unfortunately, yesterday that pikin beget slight fever, and neighbor no be there for leave the pikin with him. Now for day way that girl give the pikin sleeping tramadol, say make it sleep so that he go hustle money for buying medicine. But unfortunately, the pikin no wake up again. And now where the pikin die, the girl in mommy say make them come bury the pikin for the compound after where he don't die. So for those who don't understand broken English, basically this girl got pregnant. Her mom sent her out. You know, typical African mothers, you're sent to school. Hardship causes compromise. It does. Eastgate TV. It does. But we have to be very mindful of the type of compromises that we have to make in life, and that's the lesson. One of the lessons that we need to learn from here. So from every indication, for those who don't understand broken English, this girl gets pregnant, goes to live, she's sent out of the house by her parents or the mother. She then goes to live with the parent or the family of the guy who impregnated her. But she wasn't treated nicely. She wasn't given the warm welcome. And she had the baby. She had to leave and rent a little timber, room wherever in Tico. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's almost like it's classified like in back home in Cameroon. It's like almost like the squallows, like how can I say it? Like the slums. Like it's classified as a low grade place to live, so to speak. But for me personally, a home is a home. It all boils down to how homely you make it. It doesn't matter if it's a thatched house or it's sun-dried bricks or it's cement block or the girl, I think, until they said the girl is, I think, in her 20s, I think 22 or 24, I can't remember how old she is. So now this girl has had this baby. It is challenging. It's so difficult for any mother. If you are a new mother, not to talk of a single mother, it's so difficult. I can share my own experience. I've said that before. When I had my baby girl, I tell you guys, it's so difficult. That's when you understand how some mothers go through post-traumatic depression because of the challenges that come with bearing a child. There is sleepless night. There is the issue of feeding. Sometimes I'm talking about me with a husband to support me. Sometimes I hear she was 17 when she had the baby. There you go. So she's probably 18 now, should we say? So I remember sleepless nights. Sometimes you try to feed the baby, you cannot have enough milk, to breastfeed this child. Sis Goretta, welcome. Thank you so much for making it today. Thank you, sis. Thank you so much. Your Bella is drained. Energy-wise, I'm drained. Sorry. So you have the sleepless night. This child sometimes cries non-stop. Hungry or not hungry. Sometimes baby just cry. You have to look after them. The sacrifice, the mother, my wisdom says, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. The sacrifice you have to make, you have to stay up, you have to make sure you have to wash the clothes, you have to bathe the baby. Sometimes I was, before I had the baby, I was worried. How am I going to understand when the baby is hungry? How am I going to understand when the baby wants so and so? It's so challenging. And I remember not even having the chance to have a proper bath because you're panicking. My husband is going to work. I'm at home alone in the diaspora. I don't know how it is back home. You have so many people to support you. But in this case, as we know, the girl was on her own. But I'm just trying to say, with me and the support around me, I still felt, like I was struggling, not even that luxury of going in the shower, sitting in there and soaking up all the water and enjoying and relaxing, because no, the baby is crying. You want to make sure you want to go there in case the baby has crawled and fallen out of the bed. There's so many things. I only remember the first time I had a proper shower was when my mother came, when my mother joined us, and she was having the baby, and I didn't want to come out of the bath. These are the sacrifices that we make as parents, and it's so much responsibility. And back home especially, and here as well, financially, it is demanding to have a child. Financially, it is very demanding to have a child. You have to make sure that you clothe the child, you have to feed the child, you have to house the child. Even more difficult if the baby is sick. When your baby falls ill. Here in the UK, we are fortunate to have NHS where you have like free medical health checks and stuff like that. But you do buy your medications, but you go and do all the the tests. It's quite cheap, it's quite cheap, and it's sometimes free as well. You can buy your over-the-counter medication. But back home, you have to have the money to afford proper medical care for your child. And that's what's happened to this young girl right here. Because we hear that she was struggling to look after this child. And the reason why she was doing the hookup is because she was trying to raise funds to look after herself and look after the baby. Fair enough, she loves her baby. She wants to look after this child. She wants to do the best that she can for this child, to provide for this child. But I feel like the route she took, to make sure that she provided for this child was the wrong route. There's no sugarcoating this. We cannot sugarcoat this. We cannot sugarcoat this. There are so many single mothers out there. There are so many single mothers out there who are making it without hooking up. Without hooking up at all. There's so many. And there's so many ways you can make a living without going out and, putting the life of your son or baby, a young baby, at risk. There's so many ways. Why am I not seeing comments? Peace person, Mama, welcome. I see you. I know how frustrating it has been on that girl, and this hurtful thing is that people are dismissive of people's emotions. Oh yeah, we have to acknowledge her emotions as well. We cannot be insensitive as well. We cannot be. She's made, it's an irrational decision she made. It's an irrational decision that she made, and we have to acknowledge. I don't think this girl was knowledgeable enough, and that is the naivety that kills me. People are so naive yet to go ahead to have babies. This is what kills me. People don't understand. It takes a certain mind to raise a child. To make that decision is a life-changing decision. One single mistake can change your life for good. And this is what happened to this girl. She was so naive. And I'm sure her circle of friends were not ones that were like of exemplary character. People that can lead her and mentor her and teach her and help her to go through that challenging period. Miss Kim, welcome, darling. Emma, welcome, sis. I see you. I believe so. Because you cannot say hook up, especially in Cameroon. That is the last thing that you would think of when it comes to a nursing mother. Hook up. That's the last thing. Relax, Yadmuma, welcome, sis. Divine Favor, welcome. Sorry, guys, I'm not in my bubbly self because this topic is really draining. I'm sorry. Army General, my sis with the golden hat. Welcome, darling sis. Thank you so much for joining. Absolutely, my mama, you're right. You're right. The foundation that you raise a child has a huge impact. Mariam Isa, welcome, Danny. It has a huge impact, my mama. You have a fantastic point. And I'm sure going by what we hear, the fact that her mother will kick her out of the house it tells me that she's probably from a house where it is, it's not expected of a girl child or a boy child to come in with unwanted pregnancy. Going by that, if you ask my opinion. So, like I was saying, hookup should be the last thing that anybody in Cameroon should be thinking when it comes to providing for a child. Hookup should be the last thing. What about farming? What about, even if it's not just doing the farming for economic reason or subsistence reason, what about, how you do those things where you go and farm for somebody and they pay you? What about that? What about, doing patch corn and selling it in the quarters? What about that? What about going and begging for little capital, buy oranges and go around and sell it in the market? How about that? How about that? There are so many ways you can make money without risking the life of your child. How can you, first of all, you cannot even think of any rational or responsible mother or a mature person in the right frame of mind will not leave a 1 year or 2 year old at home alone, talk less of a 6 months old. You can't. You cannot even do it. Mom, I disagree. Isget is saying something. Mom, I disagree. No situation should cause a mother to throw away their kids. Oh yes, I was going to come to that Eastgate. To be honest with you, I was going to come to that, but I was going to share my own experience. Eastgate, I totally agree with you there. I totally agree. There's no reason. Let me tell you my own experience with that same particular niece. I did not want to talk to my niece. I did not want to see her. I didn't want to hear from her. I wanted nothing to do with her. Nothing whatsoever. Throughout the pregnancy, until she had the baby. Until she had the baby. Once she had the baby, you know what? And I saw the baby, everything changed. Everything changed. My whole look on the whole situation changed. I loved the baby so much so that I forgot about everything. And it was easy for me to forgive my niece. It was easy for me to forgive my niece. When a child is involved, any parent, any guardian, any person who is senior to whoever had the unwanted pregnancy, you have to, the priority is to protect the little baby. Is to protect that little baby. It's very important. I will not support the mother for kicking the girl out. Of course I will not. No one should get me wrong here. I will never support anybody to kick the person off. The person is already down. You kick them off. Where do you want them to go? Where do you want, or where do you expect this girl to go? The guy, is not married to her legally. So the guy's family as well, probably thinking the African mentality, we are not entitled to this child, and we are not even sure that it is our son who is responsible for that pregnancy. It's a lesson to be learned. It's a lesson to be learned by everybody. All mothers. Once the mistake happens, we have to see how we can manage the situation. We have to look at a way of managing the situation, because the victim here is the child. This child who is innocent, who is just the product of some pleasurable moment of two adults. Both parties have a huge part to play. The girl, I believe, has a bigger responsibility. The mother, of course, you raise your child, you teach them how to grow up as responsible adults. But when situations like this happen, what do you do as a mother? What do you do as a mother? You would hope that this child will learn. You would hope that this child will learn and not do it again. Because trust me, the discussion I had, because this is what I did. I had a serious conversation with my niece afterwards. After everything has happened, I forgave her and loved the baby. Oh, when I talk to this little boy, he's such a charmer. He's gonna be a lady's boy. He's such a sweet soul. But I had a stern conversation with my niece to establish expectations of her going forward. You don't just chuck them in the dungeon. You don't just chuck them in the dungeon. You protect them from the outside world. You protect them from the outside world. Then why should we first of all get here? Why should we get here in the first place? Let's prevent the unwanted pregnancy. If we can prevent the unwanted pregnancy, we will not get to a place where we are having a child being kicked out of the house, or we are having a mother who wants to live her life because she's very young. She hasn't lived her life. She's still thinking her friends are out there clubbing and she's stuck up here with a baby. She wants to go out and party, and it's normal for anybody of her age. It's very normal. It's very normal. It's very normal. But we must be very firm to let these young girls who go out and have fun freely without any care in the world, that there are consequences to their actions. There are consequences. If you go out there, if you must have fun, there's so many ways to prevent yourself from getting pregnant. There are so many ways of preventing yourself from getting pregnant. What happened to contraceptive? What happened to the condoms that people share, sell in little kiosks for 25 francs for one? They used to give them free in schools as well. What even happened to abstinence before marriage? What happened to it? What happened? There are people who do it. What about making sure you are financially prepared and before you can bring a child, bring forth a child? What happened to that? You cannot say this girl, this is what I don't understand. This girl knows what tramadol is for. Anybody in Cameroon, I'm not in Cameroon, but before I went to Cameroon not so long ago, I heard a lot about tramadol and the consequences. And some people, you've read about it, you've heard about the destruction that this very tramadol is causing in our communities. If this thing can have a damaging consequences to an adult, what about a child? What about a child? When I had, medical practitioners or pediatrician will always advise you not even, exactly. I blame our culture because they make no. We should not. That's the culture that we should be talking about. There's certain aspects of our culture that needs fixing. Absolutely, the mother. Absolutely. Absolutely. I said a pediatrician will advise you, even as a young baby, you're not advised to give like honey to a young baby. You're not advised to give honey to a young baby because there are certain, I love Villa Mama, welcome darling sis. There are certain, components in the honey which is not suitable to the gut of a baby. Talk less of tramadol. Tramadol that has serious impact on the neurological functioning of the body. I'm palpitating. My heart is pounding, is racing as I'm thinking about this, because I can only imagine that poor child, convulsing perhaps in the room by himself, and no one knows, or nobody knew. Already the child is sick. You administer tramadol to this child. This tramadol is probably because the brain has not even developed fully. The nerves are still building. Yes, people misuse it, and that's why this tramadol was banned. This tramadol was banned. I don't think we do a lot of enough sex education in our communities, in our schools, to educate our girls. On the consequences of unwanted pregnancies. Even if you're not going to get pregnant, you're going to have all these sexually transmittable diseases, which can literally ruin your life for good. I'm hoping that was the case. I'm the mother. I'm hoping that was the case. I'm hoping that was the case. If this girl was really desperate for help, why could she not even go to the next door neighbor? Why could she not just go to a hospital and sit there and cry out? I know our system, you know, the system in Cameroon can be really frustrating at times. But I'm sure there were other means that she would have exploited to avoid this from happening. How scary were her parents? Where are her friends? Where are those people you call friends? Where are those friends? That's how you make friends, so that in moments like that, when you're tied up, you're struggling, friends can come out and help and support you. What happened to friends? No child deserves to die like this. No child. I'm struggling to understand. No child deserves to die like this. This is something that can be prevented. Could have been prevented from the get-go. A handsome young boy, so cute, a baby. There are thousands of women out there looking for kids, desperately doing everything. Whew. God. God. As much as I understand the pain that the girl or the mother may be going through, we cannot condone that action. We cannot condone it. This is a story that we need to share to all our young girls. We need to share to our young girls, make them understand. That these are some of the consequences or the challenges that you face when you don't do things the right way. Kids are not like that. They're not animals. Even animals, they're, they're looked after by their, a little cub is looked after by the mother. These days, you see the way kids go around, they live their life as if with disregard for every single principle in the world. Dr. Boo, you're welcome, darling. Every disregard in the world. And sometimes I kind of understand where the parent or the mother was coming from, trying to, kick the child out, not wanting her to stay at home with the pregnancy. She's frustrated. And sometimes the parents are thinking, if I should bring the child in, it's going to be an excuse for her to go out and bring the second and the third and the fourth, because we see that happening a lot as well in our communities. You see it happening. Yvette Mokum, welcome, darling, says. Prostitution can never be the only way out. Prostitution can never be the only way out. Most of the times, some of these young girls, they feel like, they feel embarrassed, they feel ashamed to go out and hustle. Villa Mama Lily, welcome, says. She's probably thinking, if I go out there and I'm selling oranges, or I'm going out there and I'm selling and cope, or I'm going out there, I'm washing houses with a baby on my back, my friends are going to be laughing at me. I want to keep being the slave queen that I've always been. Melodies, welcome, sis. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for joining. You cannot compromise a child's life for your own pleasure. You cannot. Because this is the irony about the whole situation. Just to show how immature this girl is. This is the irony. You have probably lived a wayward life and accidentally you've gotten pregnant. That should be a lesson for you to avoid that situation again. Yet, you are doing the same thing, making the same mistake that led you in that situation. Melanie, welcome, darling. I see you. Hook up. Who thinks about, I have a baby. I've had an unwanted pregnancy. I'm struggling with a child. You guys hear me? I'm trying to narrate. I'm trying to figure this out. Somebody help me understand this. This is an unwanted pregnancy. I'm struggling to raise this child on my own. A single mother. The father of the child is nowhere to be found. My family has kicked me out. The boy's family has kicked me out. And I have to bring this child up. And the first thing that comes to my mind is to do hookup. Isn't that this same hookup that literally can expose me to another pregnancy? Am I making any sense here? I don't know if I'm making any sense. Any person in their right senses, is that the thing you'll be thinking? Is that the only way out that will come to mind when it comes to trying to give a better life for that child? Hook up. That same lifestyle that got you pregnant in the first place. It does not make sense. It's not logical at all. It's not. Dr. Buyu say, hook up not be another name for a shower. Of course it is. Of course it is. That's just to tell you that this girl did not learn a lesson from her first mistake. This just goes to say she didn't learn a thing. Please like the video, guys. Like the video and share if you can, please. I appreciate that. She didn't learn a lesson. Not at all. She didn't learn the lesson. Some of us are here, you have one. The responsibility is just crazy. The responsibility is crazy. And when you think about having the second, the third, who is going to look after you? Even those who have partners, husbands. Thanks, Lily. Thank you so much. Just to look after one child is a lot of responsibility. Not to talk of 2, 3, 4. It's so difficult. It's so difficult. She experienced it. She saw how tough it was. Yet she was ready to make the same mistake because she did not learn a lesson from it. She didn't learn a lesson. Hookup, first of all, is exposing her to danger. Hookup exposes her to, getting, contracting other diseases. Hookup, first of all. You don't even know the people you're hooking up with. You can end up losing your life through hookup. Through hookup. I would have respect for any girl who, by chance, would accidentally get pregnant. And they would be so humble to try everything possible to make a living out of something legitimate. There are mothers carrying, I always say, even a mad person, a mad man will protect their child at all cost. I always say this. Even a mad person will protect their child at all cost. It doesn't matter what. What about you, sane person? To feel like you can abandon your child and go out for the night. How do you even sit and relax as a mother? Because I cannot sit. Even in the room. If I'm in the room and the baby is in the lounge and she's quiet for 2 minutes or 5 minutes, I start panicking. I am panicking because I want to know what she's doing, if she's okay. It's so painful, Auntie CV. It's so painful. It's so painful. It's so painful. Dr. Boo, you said my sister got pregnant. Let me read this from this other book. I'm emotionally drained. I'm emotionally drained. And you understand now why some neighbors would not even want to help the girl, right? We can now see why people won't want to help the girl. Because the neighbors are trying to see, like, this girl doesn't care about the child. She's going around doing her hookup, or as Dr. Boo, you calls it, a shower business, without a care in the world. And in our culture, it's frowned at. And this is a nursing mother. What are you doing out at night instead of looking after your baby? What is a nursing mother doing out at night? If you're not looking after your baby, what are you doing up at night? No nursing mother should be having a night duty. No nursing mother does night duties. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. And you see people questioning others here and saying, oh, why are you only having a child? What are you still waiting for? Go have another child. Because some of us know the responsibility. Some of us understand the weight, the load that comes with having a child or children. We understand. Once you have a child, it's no longer about you. It's about that child, what the child wants. When the child sleeps, you sleep. When the child is up, you're up. It's all about the child. My sister got pregnant in Form 4. My parents were very disappointed, but they took it. And the cute girl is in boarding school now. She's living with my parents. My sister got married. Yes, of course. It's a typical example, my story I shared. When the child arrives, that's what I'll plead with the family members. This is my message to the family members. When accidents happen, when it's happened. We will cry, we will beat them up, we will do everything. But we have to remember the important thing is that child, the little angel who is about to be born, who is not even aware of what has happened or what is happening around them. Whatever the circumstances may be as family members. Sheriff Maury, welcome, darling. I see you. Thank you so much for coming. I'm doing good, darling. How are you doing? When the baby arrives, it's our responsibility as family members to focus on that baby. Mafaro Lindis, welcome, darling. It's not just about the mother. We could care less about the mother of the child. We could care less about the mother of the child. As a community, like they always say in Africa, it takes a village to raise a child. When a child arrives, let's forget about everything that comes, before the child. Let's start focusing on the child, on raising this child and giving this child the best life. Julia Lifestyle in the US, welcome, darling. So that this child will grow up, with love and understanding. Because if we kick this child out, the child goes out and live with a single mother who is going and doing hookups, and the father comes in, is probably doing drugs here and there. This child will grow up to see this same lifestyle and will probably end up doing the same thing like their mother or their father. We cannot exercise our frustration so much so that it affects the life of a little baby as family members. We can't. Support Pekin, you would understand. You're a young mother as well, a nursing mother as well. At the end of the day, the cause of it all is the girl's mother. I will blame her forever, despite the fact that the girl is the immediate cause. It was crystal clear that the girl couldn't take care of that baby considering her lifestyle. Yeah. Look at the way she even dresses. They say don't judge people by how they look. If you look at the way the girl dresses up, it's like she's a loose girl. It's a girl who doesn't have respect for herself. She doesn't honor her own body. She really doesn't. She doesn't even look like a lactating mother. I don't even know if she breastfed the child. Women who are struggling to have kids will be reading this or watching this and crying and rolling on the floor and stomping and, bashing their heads on the wall. Exactly, F. Gold. She doesn't look like anybody that life has humbled or the situation has really humbled her. Our young girls, we really have to be careful. Yes, I will always criticize the mother for kicking her out. But we must keep emphasizing and educating our girl children of the importance of self-respect, of carrying yourself with dignity, of having that pride. Because it's not many people. I know we see stories a lot. Oh, I struggled as a single mother and I made it. Some people feel like, yes, if she's done it, I can do it too. But not everybody has that stamina, physically and mentally, to cope when it comes to raising a child single-handedly. Especially you, the girl. You will bear the child. You will stay at home. You'll be stuck up indoors. The boys go out. They still live their life. They are partying. Life goes on. The party never stops with the boys. It's you, the girl. It's you, the girl. That child is your sole responsibility. If that child coughs, you're coughing. I remember sometimes going into a shopping mall to buy things for myself, and then I go in, I'm distracted, I see things for the baby, I end up buying, and then I come out, I only realize when I get home that what I went out to get, I didn't get it. Because your whole self, your whole being is focused on this little creature that you've made. Exactly. A lifestyle. Julian lifestyle. Exactly. I cried my eyeballs yesterday. I cried my eyeballs. I said, why, God? Why? I wish the mother took her in. I wish the baby would have still been alive. I wish she only went and cried that my baby is dying, is sick. I'm sure somebody would have helped her. I'm sure somebody somewhere would have helped her. Please like the video, guys. Like the video as you come in. It's so painful. It's so painful. I couldn't hold back my tears. I couldn't hold back my tears. And this story is not the first. This story is not the first. For anybody who has been watching me before, I told a story about this same, a similar case here in the UK where the girl abandoned her, I think it was 16 months old baby at home and went for a weekend away. This was even worse. This person abandoned a 16-month-old baby at home, went for a weekend away, a birthday party, or her birthday party. One of her boyfriend, who is not the baby's daddy, was taking her out for the weekend to celebrate her birthday. And she left the child at home, this 16 months old, put food around the house so that the baby can eat if the baby is hungry. And this baby, of course, is a 16 months old baby. They don't have a full understanding of their environment. They don't know what is happening. Sometimes they will pick and eat if they want to eat. Just a minute, guys. Colombia in the building. Welcome, my sexiest in-law in 237. Villa Mama Lisa Bella, read my comments, please. Bella, some of these young girls think they don't arrive. They don't listen. My niece too don't come give me responsibility for raising Pekin. Now the so-called man no gets. Now na my money last night news. This is great. Yeah. Yes, that's the problem. That's the problem. They want to push it on you all the time. And that's why I say sometimes family members want to teach them a lesson and want them to learn the hard way and say it's your sole responsibility to raise this child up. And, because if I take in this child, I'm thinking, this is me. We have to, be, very objective when we're talking about things like this. We have to be very objective. Family members are also thinking, I will not be taking this baby in. I will not look after this baby because if I do so, it will give you the go ahead to go bring the second and the third and the fourth and the fifth. As simple as that. That's how some people look at it. And perhaps that's where the mother was coming from. But at the end of it, it's all about the baby. Like I was saying about the 16 months old, the girl abandoned the baby in the house, apartment alone. Over the weekend, the 16 months old baby was at home alone. And this baby was only discovered. The mother came back and the baby had died from starvation because the baby didn't eat. Goodness knows for how many days. Probably just looking at the food. Sometimes baby needs encouragement. The baby would need you to encourage them to eat. They play with their food. And she came back and the baby had died and she started pretending and saying, oh, call the paramedics to say, oh, the baby had collapsed, blah, blah, blah. But you know how autopsy is. They would go through every single thing to make sure that they're doing the rightful ruling when it comes to the death certificate, and it was found out that that child had died a while ago. And when CCTV was checked, they noticed when the lady left the house on Friday and she only came back on Sunday in the morning, meaning that baby was at home from Friday till Sunday. People need to understand. Oh, Kayla. Oh, my Kayla, darling sis, you are here. Welcome, Kayla sis. Oh, it's nice to see you. Let me read Kayla's comment. Of course, if I saw your comment, I'll read it, Kayla. Youthful exuberance, if not well managed, can destroy the life of a teenager. Of course. Thank you, sis. Mothers, be friends to your teens. They are going through a lot during the ages of 15 to 25, physically and psychologically. Thank you so much, sis, for that. Thank you. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why we need to be honest as Africans, especially African parents. We don't talk about the sex education a lot as we should be talking with our children, boys and girls. And this is not only for the girls, the boys as well. The boys should be able to understand the implications that they are actually, that comes with impregnating a girl. The boys should understand that. We need to raise responsible boys so they understand that you don't have to impregnate a girl when you, the boy, you are not financially ready or prepared to give that child the best life. We need to raise boys or men who will take responsibilities when they realize that they've gotten a girl pregnant. We have to teach our boys. It's not just about the girls. The boys are equally important in these discussions. Because this girl did not make the baby by herself. Where is the father of that baby? Where is the father of the baby? If you ask me, the father of that baby should be brought to book as well. They need to bring him to books. Where were he? Or where was he when this child was sick and needed money to go to the hospital? Where was the father? Or are we not saying the girl doesn't know who the father is? If she's been doing hookup before, perhaps she doesn't even know who the father is. And perhaps that's why the boy's family probably kicked her out. Blanche Ingram, welcome, darling. Where were you? The supposed father of this baby. Where were you? Of course she has to face the law. As much as we want to sugarcoat it, she will have to. It's negligence. It's manslaughter. That is manslaughter. And in this country, probably some solicitors will be pushing for murder charges. Some solicitors will be pushing for that. She has to face the law. As much as we are saying, oh, the parents and the family members need to gather to look after the child, but you who is having that pregnancy, think about it, young girls and boys. Girls especially, think about it. What will happen if I am kicked out like this girl? What becomes of me? Where do I go? Who do I turn to? Who do I turn to? If you must have a baby, prepare yourself financially, psychologically, and physically. Physically, because there are some women who have kids and they struggle to accept their bodies after they've had children. There are women like that. There are women like that. I remember when I had the baby, I've always been very sporty. For people who know me, I've been very sporty. I used to, one of those people who you would say a woman has six-pack, I used to have something like that. My little sis Yvette Mokom can tell you guys how sporty I was. And when I had the baby, I plumped like a sack of potatoes. I plumped like a sack of potatoes. And I remember standing in front of the mirror. I said to my sister, oh my goodness, what is happening to my body? And she laughed. She said, oh my God, yeah, you have to deal with that for the next year or two. And I used to wake on thinking, oh my God, This is me from 63 kg to about 90 something kg. This is me. Oh my God, how am I going to, lose this weight? Some people struggle with that image and they lose themselves. There's so many things. Some people cannot even withstand it. These are the kind of things that these young girls don't understand when it comes to bearing a child. The challenges. Honestly, peace person, Muma. The mother says, if we teach, literally we have just 5 minutes to go, guys. I'm conscious about time. If we teach the girl child to say no, this will stop or decline costs. At the end of the day, the burden rests on them when they are pregnant and have the child. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's our culture to expect the family members to rally behind you. It's our culture. That's just how we are. That's the culture. And that's part of the culture that I actually admire. That community spirit. Everybody comes together to make sure a child is safe. This is part of the African culture that I love and I encourage a lot. But people cannot take advantage of it. Just because you have a mother, you have a father, you have a brother or a sister who can help you, it doesn't mean you just, go give it freely, willingly to any person. That does not mean you just go around living a carefree life. I think some sensitization campaigns should be organized more these days. Yes, the mother. Yes, they don't do that a lot. They don't do that a lot. We don't have organizations like that. We have, but I don't think there's enough of it. Go around schools, talk to girls, go around the quarters, talk to single mothers like these, look at their plight. What are they going through? What are the struggles? How can they help them and prevent things like this from happening? These are the kind of organization we expect to see in our communities. But of course, you know how things are in Cameroon. You have organizations on paper. They take the monies and do no work. They take the money and do no work. Shoma Peters, hello darling, welcome. Thank you for coming. That's a first. I think you're new to the channel. Perhaps you've been watching in the background. Hello host, where did the lady kill her baby? Just saw your caption. The story is indeed a pathetic one. What happened that led to this? Or is it a skit you are educating the mass? No, it's a real life situation. And Shoma, the lady is from my country, Cameroon, and she's from the southwest region, which is the English part of the country. And she's a single mother and she had a baby. She was struggling, to survive with the baby. And, the only way to survive was to do hookup, like you guys call it. How do I call it? Like a call girl, if I may say so. And unfortunately for her, she had to go out one night to go do her hookup business. The baby was unwell and she gave sleeping pills to the baby and the baby passed away on her return. So this is the situation that we are discussing at the moment, Shoma. It's a very sad one. Hey, Round Mothers in the building. Welcome, Auntie. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. It's very painful living life in the fast lane. Yeah, because there are people who want to give their responsibilities to other people. As much as we have that communal spirit, that we have to take some responsibility. There are people that you raise their child, you support them, they expect you to look after them as well. Just because it's expected of us as Africans to be each other's keeper. We cannot exploit the situation because it's not fair for the people providing. It's not fair. So the story of this girl is a very painful and tragic one. No child is expected or should go out of this world in this manner. A child should be protected by their mother. And you do everything sensible to make sure that child is safe, is well looked after. And for family members, Once accidents like this happen, I beg on us all. I beg on us all. Keep the mother. Protect her billionaire mindset welcome. Protect the mother while she's pregnant. Keep her safe for the sake of this unborn baby. Once the baby arrives, look after this baby. Even if you want, take the baby away from the mother and you can send the mother out. It still doesn't matter. Our focus should be that innocent soul that we've received into this world. We cannot punish a baby indirectly by punishing the mother. Because this child, I'm still very emotional. I can't do this. I can't. Oh, God. When I look at my baby and I looked at this child, I looked at the video, I'm thinking, my God, I'm just thinking, oh my goodness. As a mother, even when your child just has a headache or cough, you have sleepless night. I wouldn't want this to happen to any parent. I feel the girl's pain. I feel her pain. I cannot lie. I feel her pain. If it's a mother who truly loved her son, I can feel her pain. And we cannot disregard her pain as well. We cannot. It's a lesson for everybody to learn, both parties, family members, community, the young girl, the boy, everyone. We are all responsible for this. Each and every one of us. Ajon Mashfire, welcome, darling. I see you. Thank you so much for joining. We are all responsible for this. We need to take some level of responsibility. That's the simple truth. As much as we want to condemn the girl, let's also imagine how she's feeling as a mother. Let's think about her pain as well. We have to also take that into consideration. She's probably sitting wherever she is now. I don't know if she's been taken into custody or wherever she is. She's probably sitting and everything is, registering. What's the way forward? The way forward. Let's keep educating our girls, our boys about unwanted pregnancies. Let's keep, evolving over time when it comes to our culture. Talking about sex with our kids shouldn't be a taboo. Contraception should not be a taboo. The government should be able to help go to schools, make it an option, make it available for young girls to have that choice, to have contraception if they wanted to or not, to prevent unwanted pregnancies and financial hardship for single mothers or teenage mothers. It's a lesson for family members. As much as it's painful to get your child walking with unwanted pregnancy, once it's happened, it's happened. What's the way forward? You beat a child, you don't kick them out. You beat them, you bring them in. It's a painful story. So painful. My heart goes out to this, little boy. It hurts so bad. I hope so too, Kayla. It hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. I pray and hope that we've all learned from this story. I pray and hope that many more lives will be saved. If you're a young girl, a single mother, you're watching me somewhere, anywhere you come across this video and you're struggling, you're going through hardship, hookup is not the way forward. Hookup is not the way forward. Go out there, seek for help, knock at doors, ask. We are living in a global world now, you know. Go out there, people come online and ask for help and express their hardship. And people, we have really kind-hearted people out here these days who are willing to help you, who are willing to help you. Please, please do not jeopardize the life of your child or your own life using the excuse of trying to make ends meet. Please. The girl with the vibes, welcome, darling. I cried throughout the night. I cried as well, the mother. So thank you everybody who has managed to watch us today. Please like the video if you haven't done so. We had so many people watching us, just 29 likes. Please just tap on that like button if you don't mind. Please, my Nation, my darling bro. Ivan Lee, welcome, darling sis. So thank you all so very much. I think I'm going to end the show here. I apologize because I will not be taking calls today. Sorry, guys. I have to go and pick up the little one from the nursery. So thank you all so much. Thank you all so very much. Please keep liking the video and share the video. I will appreciate it if you could. I saw people trying to beat her up. She is going through a lot no matter what. You're right, Kayla. You're right. I can see, even you can tell in her face, she's shocked. She's lost. It's a mother. And any mother, you know what it feels like. If you love your child and they say to you, your child is no more, it does not matter. Even if, you know, it doesn't matter. Have you seen where a thief has been held? A thief, and the mother comes and sees the child, and she knows the child is a criminal, you know, a thief, a real hardened criminal. But this mother is crying and sleeping on the child and say, you know, if you want to roast this child, roast the child together with myself. That's how the mother's instinct, the love of a mother for a child. And I can imagine what was going through that girl's mind. It was traumatizing to watch. She was in a daze. She was in a daze. She was in a daze. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all so much for coming. Please keep liking and sharing. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Subscribe. Here we have so much to learn from each other. Educative and motivating topics that we always, you know, discuss on this channel. So please do me a favor. If you haven't subscribed yet, just tap on that subscribe button. Turn on your notification bell so whenever I come on live or I drop a video, you will not miss a thing. I want to appreciate you all so much for coming. Chioma Peters, thank you so much. I appreciate you, darling, for subscribing. Auntie CV, thank you. Mama, I appreciate you so much. The mother, Kayla, thank you so much. Prince Melvin Nation, the girl with the vibes, I appreciate you. Blanche Ingrams, that's another YouTube sister. Please, guys, keep supporting her. She's doing an amazing job. Fantastic. Ivan Lee, my darling sis, thank you so much. F Gold, thank you so much for coming. The mother, Auntie CV Mensch, Angel Mashfire, thank you so much, darling. Round Mothers, thank you, Auntie, for coming and supporting your baby girl. Thank you so much. Mama Billionaire Mindset, I appreciate you so much. Army General, thank you. Julian Lifestyle in the US, thank you. Peace Person Mama, I appreciate you. Villa Mama Lily, my darling, thank you so much for always showing love. G-Unit Debunking, thank you, my darling sis, for always being there and supporting and showing love. I think we have a call. I'm just going to take this call quickly. Okay, I'll take this quickly. Just a short one because I have to dash and pick the baby up. Hello. Hi.
Good evening.
Good evening, sis. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
Yeah, you.
Greetings to everybody.
Greetings, sis.
Sure.
Yeah.
I just want to contribute to
sis.
you know, the topic.
Yeah.
It's so happy. I know this.
Nana chocolate.
I know her parents.
Wow.
Yeah, I just found out a couple of minutes ago. Like, I was talking with my elder sister and she told me.
Wow.
I was like, oh, yeah, because the last time I saw this young girl, she was just a baby of about 10 years.
You are joking, Mama.
It's true. She's a, she's really young. I think she's 20. Yeah, I thought it's like 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a lot of things surrounding this young girl. First off, from her
Thank you,
grand,
honey.
it's a spiritual, okay, which is true, because I firsthand, someone who is like a family member said when this girl was pregnant with this baby, the pregnancy kind of appeared. Okay,
Wow. Yeah.
her mom took her to church. They had to pray and pray and pray. Then the baby started kicking again. Like the baby had stopped kicking, and then the pregnancy started protruding again. So it was a lot of things, and she had to leave. She stayed with her parents, and her parents lived in her grandparents' house.
Yeah.
The fact is very wayward. I wouldn't lie to you. Even when I used to tell the mother is extremely beautiful, her mom, but the person who is telling me that if I see her mom now, she looks like an old woman. But this was a very beautiful girl.
Wow.
So I used to think, what is she doing with a man like that?
Wow.
This girl's family, because it's this kind of people who do drugs. You know, the father. So I don't know why she was with this guy. Each time she make attempt to leave, he will beat her up blue black. So from the story I'm getting is the mother also has a little baby.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, so because the mom sells food, and every now and then will ask this little girl to help her, like preparing the food that she will sell, but they eat from the food, and she thinks that the mom is bugging her a lot. Guess what? The person who is responsible for the baby is a thief, like a wayward young man. So this girl is doing what she's doing to feed herself and the baby. Like, she's just a wayward little girl, to be honest.
Foundation.
Yeah, because
the foundation, like my mama said, the foundation. My mama said it.
Foundation is broken.
Yeah.
It's broken. That's the truth. So what happened? Because what I didn't even know. She changed a lot. I didn't even know her until my friend is telling me that it's Sanam. I said, Sanam? I said, who is Sanam? I forgot. She said, Elise' daughter. I screamed. I said, is this Sanam? She said, yes. So the truth is, this girl, because the news is that she gave her baby some drug, right?
Yes.
He said they didn't give the baby the drug. The baby was sick. You know what they call she had spleen and
yes, spleen, yes, but the side pain, yes.
Side pain, yeah. And with this other, you know, it always comes together with this one they call Konabele.
Yeah, Konabele like thing that, yes. They call him Madale Mbengi. They call him Madale Pispas, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. So the mom does, I think she was blessed by her grandmom. She does some kind of herbs. So she's been medicating the little baby. When it started, I think they took the baby to the hospital. Then when they discovered that it was those things, the mom started giving the baby enema. I think that's what they do, right?
Yes.
So the mom said, make sure, okay, they said just like a month ago, she left the house and went and rented her own place. A month or so. Yeah. And how she pays for her rent, she has to go prostitute. They say she leaves baby, goes to Douala to prostitute. That neighbors will say that there is a lady, her next door neighbor, one time she left this baby cried like hell. She had to go pick up this baby and told her that the next time you do this, I'll beat you blue black. So she stopped talking to that lady. So this time around, she has to go. And what happened? And the mom had told her, make sure you bring this baby every day so that I'll
be treating the baby. Yes.
Something like that. So she didn't go on Friday. Saturday, no, the last time they saw was Friday. She didn't take the baby on Saturday. The mom was angry. Then Sunday, this my friend said them out. She's a family member. She's
the girl with the vibes.
So that the mom met her in the market when she was coming back from church, that she waited for Sanam to bring the baby on because that thing gives high temperature.
Yeah.
So that to bring the baby on Saturday. Sanam did not bring the baby, and Sanam was supposed to bring that baby, so they go to church, because remember, the pregnancy was first all surrounded with a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So like the mom would take them for prayers and so on. And the mom, this girl, you know, she beat her mother. She beat her mother. She beat up her mother. Yeah, that's kind of, but it's just poor foundation, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And the father is on her side. That useless man is on her side. So the mom now was complaining to this lady that Sanam was supposed to bring baby yesterday for her medication. She did not bring the baby. And today she was supposed to bring the baby, so I take the baby to church. She did not bring the baby. Guess what? Just for her, that's on Monday.
Yeah.
I think this girl left that baby with fan on the baby. The fan was running. Her mentality was for the fan to keep the baby
cold.
asleep. Cold, yes. So the baby would not wake. So they met the baby. She called her mom. They said it was 5 a.m. But she claimed that she came back at 2 a.m. That's why people are saying that
yes,
she's
Kela.
lying. 5 a.m. because you cannot stay with the cops for 3 hours before you start calling. So when she found the baby dead with the eyes open, mouth open, poor child has struggled with that cold. Imagine, it's just a little baby. So the cold killed that baby. The face of that baby is sick, and you are blowing fan on the baby, setting on stand by head on the baby's body. Jesus. It's a very sad situation. Right now, I think my friend told me that they took her to, I think they have to go and see the state council today for her statement or whatever.
Yes.
She failed because she killed the baby.
Yeah, she did.
She killed the baby.
She did.
She may not, they said all the tramadol people are saying because she does, because from her father, she started smoking marijuana when she was young. She learned it from her father. So all the stuff she's doing,
spleen pain, Kela, spleen pain.
It's crazy.
Oh,
so
God, my heart is palpitating. Oh God.
I feel bad. The mom is the one hurting. I don't know if whatever that man tied that woman with, I cannot tell. But it's a sad thing because I feel like the parents are responsible for what happened. And the poor girl, like the mother, she doesn't have much say because to me, why bringing a lot of children
when you cannot bring them up and raise them in the rightful manner?
You can't. Because when this girl moved out of the house, she tried to bring the girl back because neighbors have been complaining that she leaves this baby by himself. So she tried to talk the girl to come home. The father refused, okay? And the father went and told this young girl that it's your mom that is denying you from coming back home.
God.
And this girl, when she came, I think her mom called her, however she met with her mother, she started talking to her mother rudely. The mom now stood up to mom, African mom. They get beat her mom blue black. How dare you? And the father is so crazy. I don't even know. Bella, this thing is so, like, my tummy hurts.
It hurts. It hurts, sis. It hurts. And anybody, your heart will be broken. Anybody who's watched it, who's read it, who's seen the video or pictures, if you are not heartbroken, then I don't understand what material your body is made of. I don't understand.
It's bad. I just, I know a sad story, but the narrative that she gave the baby, because she's crying, she said she did not give to the baby.
Greener, welcome, sis.
Guilty. She left the baby all by himself. She's been doing that. It's not the first time.
Yeah, so this time was just an unfortunate time.
Yeah, neighbors have been helping. I think because she fought with this woman who used to help her with the baby.
Yeah.
And poor baby.
Thank you so much, sis. Thank you so much for this insight. This is giving some clarity. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my God. There we go, guys. This is somebody who knows the family so well. This is amazing. At least people can have some insight into the whole situation. So thank you guys so much. I've got to go. I appreciate you all once more. Thank you all for the new subbies. I appreciate you all. We'll be having another show on Thursday, and I'll be having a special guest on the show as well on this platform. So keep watching, keep subscribing, keep sharing. Love you guys so much. Have a fantastic rest of the evening. Thank you so much, the mother. Greener, thank you, sis, for coming. Ivan Lee, thank you, darling. Support Pekin, I appreciate you, sis. Thank you so much, my mama, everybody, everyone, together with the silent watchers. I appreciate you all. Goodbye, guys. See you soon. Goodbye.